Hey, what's up you guys? It's Patrick here, and I have brought to you today a new moveset video. Today we're going to be working with Alakazam, specifically Mega Alakazam. I personally am trying to make one for my team because I just think he looks freaking amazing, and there's this one kid that I know with his stupid Vanillux, and so basically this is just the ultimate troll to him because, well, it has a bunch of spoons. I mean, it may not have all the moves and stuff, but I mean, hey. Spoons, man. Spoons. So, let's get started with the Evie Spread. And so, the nature that I picked was going to be a modest nature because we're going to kill with this thing because it already has a fast enough speed to outspeed most Pokemon. So why not just overpower its special attack? I mean, look at this thing. Let's max this thing out. We're going to go maximum special attack, 252. That is a lot. That will kill a lot of things one hit, okay? Now, for the next part, we're going to do 252 speed as well because we want this to be fast and we want it to outspeed most things as well. And then the rest we'll just throw into, special defense because, you want to be able to have a little bulk to you in some way. Or, if you don't want to do special defense, you can also do, HP as well, but I want to do special defense just because it's better to have. So now, as we know, its ability when it's Mega is Trace. So it takes the foe's ability. So whatever you're going to want to kind of strategically, I wouldn't put it in first unless you know absolutely what is going on first. Because whenever you throw it in, if you throw it in first, then it's just going to, it may get a bad kind of, like a horrible, horrible, horrible ability that you don't want on him. But, he can also get a good ability. So you want to kind of strategically plan that out, kind of have a troll in there, kind of like a little, like a Sableye kind of thing, just to make them kind of want to switch out a lot. That way, you can see who they have in their team, and you can kind of predict, okay, if I get rid of this guy, then I like those two abilities, so let's just go on and we're going to go full out ability. So, now that we have gone over this wonderful ability known as Trace, also, if you didn't know, Gardevoir also has this trait like regular Gardevoir. Regular Gardevoir has this trait. I think it's regular. I don't think it's Mega, I think it's just regular. But it's a great ability. It can be good, it can be bad, you just gotta think it through before you throw them in there. I wouldn't throw them in first unless you absolutely 100% know what's going in first. So now, obviously we know his ability, Alakazam. I can't even say that right. Ugh. Now we're gonna go on to his moves. He has so many possible moves that you can pick from. So, a lot of people do different movesets, and there's tons of different moves to do. But what I like to do, what everybody likes to pick is just to have Psychic on it because, it's a stab move, it's Psychic type, and so that basically gets rid of your Dark and Fighting types. And not your Dark types, just kidding, I'm getting to that though. Ugh, rough day. So, it gets rid of your Fighting and your Poison types. Now, lately I've seen a lot more Fighting types and a little bit more Poison types, but not as much because there aren't as many. And I kind of wish people would use Poison types more. But, I mean, with the Psychic types we have now, it's kind of rough to have a Poison type in there because Poison types are kind of slow. And, most of them are worthless, in my opinion. So, now let's go to its second move. Now, for its second move, I love this move so much. It's like one of my favorite moves. And it is Dazzling Gleam. And I put Dazzling Gleam because it has good coverage against Dragon types, because Dragon types are just overused, overpowered. I hate them so much. I will never have a Dragon type ever on my team. Ever. They disgust me so much. I do everything in my power. I usually have one person on my team that I can just kill Dragon types. That's like hands down rule for me. I have to have something that just slaughters dragon types because I hate them so much because they're too overpowered, they're too overused. I just hate them so much. So that gets rid of one gigantic obstacle, and with this special attack, if you have it maxed out with this, with Modest Nature, and you have a good ability that you traced, like if you trace Sturdy on this thing, oh my gosh. If you trace Sturdy, and you can't get a one-hit KO the first time, I mean, you live, and then you can just kill it. It's really good if you have that ability. Now, for the third and fourth move, this is where it kind of gets controversial and what you're supposed to have and everything. You can go, the substitute, encore way, but I like to have, Charge Beam. Because even though it doesn't have a high base power and it only has 9% accuracy, it has that 70% chance of raising the special attack. So if you have really good luck, that Charge Beam, if you just hit it once and get that special attack rise, so say you don't knock something out the first time with Psychic, you can just go in and finish it off with Charge Beam, and that way you can possibly get that boost on it, and after that boost, your special attack is even more unstoppable than it could be. Like if you go against Focus Sash and use Psychic and they Swords Danced or something, then Charge Beam it, and you can just obliterate, man. It's just awesome. Now, some people say you can go Calm Mind on it too, because it also boosts your special defense, but I like to be a very physical attacking, special attacking person when it comes to this. And this is a very good Mega to have on your team, and it's a really good special attacker to have on your team. Even if he's not Mega, he's still pretty good. His speed is good, his special attack is amazing, and he might not have the bulky side to him, but if you have a fast special attacker, I've seen people nowadays use more a physical Pokemon, and they have a low special defense, so if you just use that against them, it helps a lot, especially against those fighting types. Now, for the fourth move, you can go one of two ways. You can go Energy Ball, and this adds more coverage, because then if you have the Energy Ball route, then you're already covering the Dark types because of the Dazzling Gleam, and that is amazing, because if you cover those Dark types, I mean, the only thing that can really knock you out is that Ghost type area. Now, and then you also have your Fighting types, your Flying types, your Water types, Dragon types, and Poison types. With those first three moves is all those Pokemon that you have just, crumbled. Because those are a lot used Pokemon. You see a lot of Fighting types and Flying types now, especially the mixed typing Pokemon that are flying, like Talonflame. It comes out really good because this thing can possibly outspeed a Talonflame. I believe it can. So it comes good. And then, especially with Poison types, like I said, hey, nobody uses them, but they come in handy now that we have a lot of Fairy types out now. People are kind of using them a little bit more, but not as much as I want to. So, it gets rid of, especially those Water types. It has the most Pokemon out of any typing is those Water types, so it gets the most coverage here. If you have that Charge Beam and Energy Ball, really good. Now, you can also go and just go Shadow Ball to get rid of almost all your weaknesses, and the only weakness that you would not be able to completely, that you would be weak against would be the Bug types. And that would be the only thing that would really cripple it, would be a Bug type. That would be really fast. But if you're going against, a Scyther, it's gonna die, because it is Flying type. You have that Charge Beam there for coverage. And a lot of Bug types are combo typing, so they're either a Flying Bug, Poison, so you can really take advantage of that, and you could use, if it's Poison and Bug, Dazzling Gleam, dead. If it's Flying and Bug, Charge Beam, dead. But Shadow Ball comes in great because it gets rid of both of your main weaknesses that you're going to see, which is good. But I personally would rather have Energy Ball, just because it does more damage. Although I don't know if Shadow Ball's a stab move, so I'd have to check on that, but I think it is, because I see it in a lot of people's movesets, is they have Alakazam, Shadow Ball, But this gets good coverage, and it gets 8 out of the it gets 8 typing coverages, and they're some of the most used coverages, especially with the water and the flying and the dragon and the fighting. Those are 4 of the most used typings out there. So this completely obliterates that. And the poison and the dark, your ground and your rock as well, all dead because of that energy ball. If you have that energy ball, it adds that ground and rock to it, and it comes in really good handy because, you know, it's amazing. It's just freaking amazing. And with that energy ball, you also have that special defense lowered by 1. With Psychic, you have also a special defense lowered by 1. Dazzling Gleam, I was really surprised whenever they didn't add a secondary effect to it. That was kind of sad. And then you also have that special attack raised by 1 with that charge beam. So if you just hit that charge beam once and you get that boost, you're even more unstoppable than you already were. And it's a really good moveset in my opinion. So you can change it, you can edit it however you want to. You can add Encore, you can have Substitute, you can have Shadow Ball, you can have Disable all I care, you can have Double Team. And I actually wrote Double Team down as a possible thing, and Reflect and Disable, because that if you have Reflect on there, then it gets rid of that very, very low defense that you're going to have, and then you're a little bit more bulky. You're actually a lot more bulky in your special defense versus defense, and you're going to see a lot more Pokemon that are going to be attacking you towards your defensive side, because that's what they know. That's going to be your weaker side. And that if you have Double Team instead of like Charge Beam, it still does really well because it raises your evasion, so you're less likely to get hit. And with those weak defenses that you have, it really, really helps and comes in handy. Or, you know, you can have Disable, and if you go in against a Ghost type and they have Shadow Ball, and they use the move before, you can just start off with a Disable and it's gone. That Shadow Ball is gone. And it's really good. So, as I was saying, this is a very good Pokemon. It has okay stats when it comes to defense and special defense with that bulk. Kind of in the middle between the defense and special defense HP, and then the attack is just horrible. I just throw that out of the water. Just terrible with this nature. Or, you know, if you didn't want to go with a modest nature, you could always go with the... You could also go with a... Oh, that's special defense. Oops. You could also go with a Timid Nature if you wanted to. And it doesn't harm your special attack that much, because if you look at when I switch it between Timid and Modest, it only makes like a 40-point difference there, which is actually a lot in the Pokemon world, but it still makes it really powerful. And if you have that Charge Beam, you know, you'll be faster than everything with that Timid Nature, and I mean, you'll be faster than almost everything with that Timid Nature, except for Deoxys, because Deoxys sucks. I hate Deoxys. Piece of shit. But really good Pokemon here. And so I suggest you actually just try him out once. I know you'll be like, oh, he's overused, he sucks. But really good Pokemon, I suggest you actually try him out, you know. Give him a chance, make a moveset, just have fun with him. And you may like him, you may not. He can win you battles, he may lose a battle. But, you know, he's powerful, he's good, and he'd be fun to use. I mean, he's just amazing. I love him. He's one of my favorite megas out there. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to this channel. Just click that wonderful red box button that says subscribe down below. I will love you forever for it. And thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.